Bomb. There we're recording. There we go. So Willem didn't
Go.
show up. He's a big goober. After a long week of a 5-day week, only 40 hours, he couldn't make it today. But
Yeah,
after a 6-day week, I showed up anyway.
he literally said to me there, he goes like, "Oh, I've got fuck all sleep," and yeah, stuff like this. I was like, "What are you talking about, man? Get out!"
If there's
But yeah,
work in
he's in bed.
work in the bed, he sleep on the floor.
Honest.
Yeah, but yeah, today we're joined by Irish always Brendan. But second name I don't think suits him. But we'll work on that later on. How are we getting on, man?
Yeah, definitely getting there. You know what? I'm actually shattered. Just sleeping pattern is all over the place. Just with work and stuff like that. Like I'm going to bed at like 4 a.m.
That's literally William as well.
And I'm like, half the time I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I definitely could be working somehow, but I'm sitting on my computer and I'm like, I'll think of something, and then next thing you know, it's 4 a.m. and I'm like, right, time for bed. So
That's how it goes.
That's been me for the last few months, anyways.
And you work for yourself, right? Because you do like Fortnite videos.
Full time now, a year and a half now.
Yeah, I remember first time I talked to you in person, I asked when's your next stream, and you're a fucking YouTuber. That was mortifying, but I think the drink helped. But what's your work day like then? Like, so you just hop on at whatever time and do whatever, or?
So like I'll normally like throughout the week, like I'll aim to get like a maximum of like our minimum of like 5 videos a week. Like I'd like to post every day, but like sometimes like I might have something on that day or whatever. But yeah, no, I wake up as of lately, whatever time I wake up over the summer, that was like 1 p.m, maybe 2 p.m. So sleeping pattern was all over the place, but as soon as I'm awake, get up, have a coffee, jump on the computer, and if I haven't thought of a video idea, try come up with one. It can be a bit of a nightmare sometimes trying to have a video and have kind of like a fresh video every day. But once it's done, then it's like it's done. Hop on, record a bit of gameplay, and then I record my commentary separately, and then I just kind of like put that over the top of the gameplay. And yeah, I'm doing it for about maybe 3 to 4 hours a day, roughly, maybe longer depending if my computer is having a few issues or whatever.
And when did you start doing this? 2020?
So I started doing it like as a hobby back in 2015 or 2016. So obviously I was still in school and all that, and I just did it as a hobby. It wasn't that in like serious. So I started doing that, and just over time, like, you know, when you first start something, you know yourself, like it's just you haven't a clue what you're doing. You're just kind of just going with the flow of it. I had no plan. I was just like, oh yeah, that was a good video, I thought, and you're posting it and all that. And if it gets like 100 views, I was like, oh, here we go, you know. And obviously it was a different time back then. There was no such thing as TikTok. But kind of stuck with me then over the years. And I think like then when COVID first hit, then it was just like that's when I put my head down properly because I was just stuck indoors. So that's kind of where it was, like where it was just a little hobby. Like it wasn't anything crazy.
But yeah, with COVID, man, like a shit ton of people, and I mean a fucking shit ton, just started doing content.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
worked well for some. Yeah, that was it. Like you're just sitting at home all day, like, you know, the press is over there, you gain 40 pounds, and
yeah,
may as well try to do something productive.
Yeah,
jump on with the mates, play Warzone all day. Yeah, man.
That was it. Like I was working in retail at the time, like, and I was actually in that job for 5 years, like, and I only left it last year, at the start of 2022. And obviously I was out of work then for like 3 months because of COVID. And I'm not gonna lie, like I kind of did stretch that a bit. I was like, let's see how much more time I can get off. And I was on the COVID pay and all that. And I was like, right, I'm getting a PlayStation 5. And so I was like, yeah, it was grand. Like I was 3 months just sitting in the house, and then I was making videos and all that nonstop. And I started kind of seeing like the numbers go up as well, because I imagine everybody was sitting at home as well. So they were probably obviously looking for stuff to watch or whatever, keep themselves occupied in the house and all that. And I think then over COVID, like at the start of COVID, I think I had like 6,000 subscribers. And then during the lockdown and everything, I think I got up to 30,000, I think. And I was like kind of shocked at how quickly those numbers were kind of going up at that point.
Has it been like downhill since? Or that's a bad way to phrase it. So like, did it shit the bed after? No. So like, when COVID started kind of going away and people were like out and about again, did you start to see your numbers dip at all, or
Yeah,
did it
no,
just
they
stay
did.
going up?
They did dip. I noticed like obviously when the like everything kind of started going back to normal a bit, the views were slowing down, and it was a bit hard. Like I was like, right, I'm not actually getting as many views, and it was I'm trying to think of the years now. 20 it was 2021, so it was towards the end of that year. That was the whole year actually. I got up to like 30,000 subscribers, and then COVID kind of calmed down a bit. It was still around, but calmed down a bit, and the numbers kind of just went down and down and down. And I was still doing it as a hobby, and then I came up to the end of that year, and it was like I had like a few different people and everything say to me, they're like, I was thinking about quitting at this point because I was like kind of just taking up a lot of time, like, and a few different people and all that. Like one of my best friends and all, Luke, was like, just think about it, try give it like another 3-4 months maybe, and just kind of put more into your videos than you usually would have. So I was like, right. So I kind of marked down that date kind of in my head a bit. So I was like, right, March, April of 2022. Like, and if nothing, if I don't see any improvement or anything like that, just like let it go. And I was going to look for a new job and put my head down with college and everything. And then, then coming up on the end of March, then so I put more into the videos and everything. I was looking up different ways of editing videos, how to I was looking at other creators as well, looking at their videos and seeing like how they're getting as many views as they're getting, like the bigger creators and stuff like that, and how they're keeping people watching. And I was kind of applying that a bit to my own videos. And then I ended up getting like one viral video, which got like 400,000 views in one day, which was completely out of normal for me. Like, and this was a full 10-minute video. So I did that, and I was kind of shocked at that. And then I posted then a few more that week, and they were all getting a few 100,000 views each. And I was like, what's going on here? Like, and then I ended up posting one video, and it ended up at the moment, I think it's like 2.1 million views. And this is a full form video. And that one video kind of carried me then from 32,000 subscribers all the way up to like 120 or something like that within a week. So like
that would have been fucking mental. If you don't have Discord or anything, that shit would have been full the next day.
It was crazy because every time I was looking at I have the YouTube Studio app on my phone. Every time I refreshed it, it was jumping up another 100, 200 subscribers every 15 minutes or something like that. And I was like, what is going on here? Like, and in my head, I was like, obviously before I hit 100,000 in my head, I was like, I wonder how long this is going to go on for. Like, I was also kind of worried. I was like, is this going to drop off and all that? I was like, I'd love to be able to leave my job and just do this full time. And my mom was like to me, she's like, wait until you hit 100,000 subscribers before you make any decisions or anything like that. I was like, right. And then a week later, then I hit it, and I handed my notice into my job.
That's got to be a crazy feeling, man. Fucking
it was
leaving your job to do videos.
Yeah, no, because I remember I think I was probably on my way to getting sacked from the job actually that week. Because I was always late and calling in sick all the time. Like, I hated the job so much. The only reason I stayed because the people were all sound. Like, but I remember it was like the week before I left, the manager was like, "Oh, we need to have a meeting next Friday." And like normally when you're going in for a meeting, you're getting a slap on the wrist, like, but at this point I was like, "No, this is me going now," because I've had a few of these meetings already. And I was like, right, grand. I need a notice. I got one of my mates, Luke, to print off a notice, and it was like SpongeBob in the background of it saying, I'm a head out. And this is the day I'm leaving. So I went into the job then, and I was like, yep, here you go. Here's your notice. And then I had an actual like normal notice then for the higher up managers. Then
that's well, fair play.
I actually posted that on
I'm a head out one, man.
I actually have
could
that
not
posted.
imagine trying that.
I haven't posted on my Instagram. I actually made a reel about it, and like that clip of me saying "I am head out" is actually on it. I might actually even have it on my computer. Yeah, no, it was
Fair
it
play.
had to be done. Luke kind of gave me the inspiration for that one because he was always like just hand in your notes and be like, I'm a head out, like with the little picture at the bottom.
But man, like I was saying with the feeling of it, like so many people start content to try like quit their job or like maybe eventually get out of it. But when you hit there, man, fucking
It's
must
like
have been nice.
it still doesn't even like click with me. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's just it's so weird. Like I just like obviously it's something I wanted to do since I was a kid. Like everybody watching YouTube and all that. I'm like, oh, I'd love to grow up and be a big YouTuber or whatever. And like I never thought I'd ever one day be able to make a job out of it. And like it was just it's been the maddest year and a half.
But then again, like why Fortnite of all things? Now I'm not here to judge, but I gotta ask.
It's all good. So I started playing it like I used to play like first of all I started all my content on Call of Duty, and I kind of did a variety of games, but it was like mainly Call of Duty. And I kind of realized I was like, Call of Duty is just kind of it's not that fun. Like I wasn't enjoying it, and I wasn't even good at the game, so it wasn't like entertaining to watch me play Call of Duty all day. Like, and I was just like, I can't do this. And then Fortnite came out, and obviously back in like a prime Fortnite, like I think it was what was it, 2017 or something like that.
Yeah, I
And
was going to say that 2017,
yeah,
2018.
everybody was just like, I mean, everybody loved the game of Fortnite back then. Like you can't even deny that. Like, and then I started playing it, and then I was just like, this game is fun, and I wouldn't mind making a few YouTube videos on it. And I did make a few YouTube videos on it. I think I actually still have all of my earliest videos private on of Fortnite. Like, but yeah, no, I was just kind of stoked. Then I was like, I actually do enjoy this game, and I still do enjoy it. Like, but obviously the game kind of goes up and down to be honest these days. But it's still better than Call of Duty. I mean, I play Call of Duty like once a week, every year when a new game comes out, and I'm like, right, that's me done. I can't play it anymore.
Get me out of there, yeah. When
I mean,
when
it's
Fortnite
dead
was
at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
When Fortnite was big, like when it first came out, season 2, 3 kind of territory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was off doing archery at the time. I had just got into it about 3 years, and I was off doing one of the European Championships. And I wasn't home for about 2 weeks. I eventually came back. I'm excited to see my friend group. We're chatting in the Viber group at the time. Great crack. Looking forward to it. One of the lads, this is at the time my best friend, would not leave the house because he had to finish the battle pass. There was 4 days left on it. He calculated it perfectly. He had to win this amount of games and place in this kind of territory to have it done. And each day he had it was like 6, if not 7 hours of Fortnite he had to get done before he could do anything. And to compromise, instead of like him meeting us, we all just went down to his house. We basically sat there while he grinded it out. Cranking 90s, not acknowledging anyone in the room.
But like, do you not even remember back then, like when the game first came out?
It was addictive.
Everybody's Snapchat story was just like victory royale, victory
Oh
royale.
yeah, I was going to say that.
yeah.
Everybody
so
posts
guilty
on
of
the
that.
stories. It's like
second win of the day or third win of the day. Oh,
I know.
after hitting another one, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you start seeing those multiple, like 8 wins in the day, like, did you shower today? Did you leave the house?
Fucking gamer grease stuck to you, man.
When's
stuck
the
to
last
your
time you brushed your teeth, buddy?
Oh,
Yeah. But it got pretty bad
it, I
when it
remember,
first
like,
came out.
Imagine posting that today, like.
Could you imagine? Like especially with like someone like you, that's your channel. Like if every time you won, you just threw it up on the fucking Instagram story or whatever. Watch those followers go away. Yeah, but yeah, fair play. Like everyone kind of finds their niche, and Fortnite's a pretty fucking big one. But you're obviously making it work. How many subscribers now?
At the moment, 314,000.
Jesus fucking Christ! Like,
Yeah, like my mate Luke says this to me all the time. He's like, you don't realize how many people that is, and it's just it still doesn't click with me. Like, and it clicked for me properly a few months ago. Actually, we had went to Ricky Gervais in the Three Arena, and I think he was looking up the seat capacity of that place, and I actually can't remember what the number was, but he was like, you could fill up this whole, like, the whole place, and I was like, that's when it kind of clicked with me. Like, I was like, that's a lot of people, and it was even more as well. I was like, it is surreal. Like,
You said 300 and something.
314,000, yeah.
You have 10 times more subscribers than I have viewers in the last 4 years. Yeah. That's a fuck ton. Fuck.
Jesus.
I need to think about maybe doing something else. Fair play, man.
You
And
need to go find your niche.
that's all long form and shit as well. Like that's fucking
Yeah, and
such
like,
a massive difference between that and putting up like a 20-second funny.
like it is like, because it's same kind of idea. It's all like your watch time and how long you can keep people watching that video for and all that. And obviously, like I'm doing 8 to 10 minute videos. It can be a pain to try and get people to watch for a good portion of the video and everything. And then like I've seen it as well. Like I posted a few shorts or TikToks back in the day and everything. I've deleted a lot of those ones, but like the difference, like you can post something on that and it can just skyrocket within an hour. Like it's on short form content. Like it's actually mad. But yeah, there's definitely a big difference with the long form content.
With long form, like fair play keeping people's attention now as well. I'd
Yeah.
say like in the last, how long has TikTok been around? Realistically, like 4 years.
I think like, it kind of picked up near the start of COVID, I think.
2019.
I know there's videos on it from 2016, but that's when it was Musically.
Yeah. No, because
So-
no, it was 2018 because you sent me it in 2018 and you're like, oh, look at this app. And you told me to download it and I was like, okay. And I did.
That wasn't
and
me.
I
I didn't
that was
download
you.
that. Didn't download till I did. No, I swear to God, I
remember
didn't
this.
download it till 21.
It's probably not as like it was probably around for longer, but I know obviously it picked up in its popularity a bit later down the line.
2021, I got it, and I was very reluctant.
Man, I swear to God,
I'm telling you,
I
it was not me.
because we were playing Blackout and you were like, download this app. And I was like, all right. I'm
My
pretty
first
sure it was
account,
you.
like I put up an archery video at the time, and that was 21.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Or
you, I
I'm
can't
an
remember.
excellent gaslighter.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I was reluctant to get in that shit initially, because at the time I was, terrified. Like, oh, Chinese spyware. They want to know everything about you. They're gonna know when you shit, when you piss. They're gonna know when you jack off.
That's
Like,
the main. That's the main.
That was-
reason. Yeah,
I was terrified. I was thinking I'm gonna be sitting on the jacks and
I
they're
know a
gonna
few
know.
people who will still refuse to use that.
I'm gonna track my shit cycle.
Yeah.
And then what can they do with me, huh? And they blast ads at that time of day. You wouldn't know what to do.
They know everything. They know your bowel movement, the whole lot.
Yeah, it
man.
can get very scary. Yeah.
I've no secrets they can track me if they want.
Do you post short form on that at the minute, don't you?
I do post on TikTok and all that, but I do find it hard to kind of juggle between making like all my effort will obviously go into the long form content, and then like it's TikTok and even doing shorts and all that. I'll post one every once in a while and all that. I'm partnered as well on this other app called Fresh Cut, which is kind of making me I have to post on that as well. As much as I can. So it is kind of like I'm making more short form content for that app. But it's just the main priority is kind of the long form content, but I'll get a short out there if I can, like especially if it's a day when I'm like, right, I won't have enough time to actually sit down and make a full video today, so I'll do a short because I can get that done within 20 minutes.
Speaking of Fresh Cut, I'm also partnered on that shit, but I got rid of it recently.
You got rid of it?
Yeah, they changed their contract in at the end of June.
I think
So
I'm only with them. I don't think I'm with them since June. I think well, since August. I think for me.
in their old contract, you used to get paid a set amount per week for putting up a certain amount of videos. They didn't keep true to it initially. There was like a bonus for doing the full month, and they kind of scrapped doing that. And then it was a smaller fixed amount, and then they got rid of that in the end of June, and I got off it then because I was trying to grind out the rest of like the points or whatever you get out in the app, and it just wasn't
Yeah.
working for me. So I climbed out of that.
But yeah, now yeah, main priority long form content.
Yeah, yeah. Um, some short form stuff like that kind of comes and goes. I know one of the guys who worked on that worked on Hover, and Hover was like a great thing for streamers when like COVID happened. It was like TikTok for streamers, and you just fucking add a bunch of people, and they follow you back and shit. And that's what fucking killed the app. People would just follow like 10,000 people. 500 would go follow their Twitch. They suddenly have a bunch of new viewers, but then they all fade away. They don't actually want to see your stuff. They're trying to make you do the same thing for them.
I've never
So
heard of that now.
never heard of
Um,
Hover?
no, I was never really too much into the whole streaming scene. Obviously the last Gamer Fest was when I met a majority. Like I met the Gamer Fest last year. In October last year. I was there and I kind of got to meet like this is my first like experience like meeting all these other Irish creators and all that because I wasn't really involved much with the Irish gaming scene and all that. And obviously everybody like there was Twitch or I don't Kick wasn't around at this point, but I know everybody was mainly Twitch. And I had a Twitch account and like I never used it, but I was following all these people, just a bit of support and all that, and they were all bang on people, like Rusher and Bisto Bob and Gara and all that, whatever. They're all bang on. So every time I go on, and Funky Town as well. Funky Town's a G. But
You want a Funky Town?
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was at the last Gamer Fest. He was with us.
What cut does he do? What does he do?
I think he plays a lot of like mobile games. I think, and he plays FIFA and he does like WWE stuff. No,
Probably known as him.
but yeah, so I followed all these on Twitch, and I get notifications on my phone when they go live, and I went onto it, and I'm like, I have no idea how to use this app, and like I go onto it, and it's like every time I go into their chat or anything like that, it's like someone gifted you a sub, and I'm like, what does that even mean? And it's just like I haven't a clue. I'm so clueless when it comes to streaming. It was something I could never get into. I can't sit there for a few hours and be entertaining. It was just something I could never do.
With all respect to streamers, I think it's the laziest and easiest way to make money as a content creator.
Really? I feel like I was sitting there like
I think YouTube's a lot harder.
I done a stream over the summer and I was actually on YouTube, but I was doing the stream and like it was about an hour in, and I was sitting there. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, I just can't do this. It's like my social battery went, and I'm sitting in my room on my own, and it was just there's people engaging in chat as well, and I was just like, I really just don't have the head for streaming.
Which is how you are. That's it.
Yeah, so I was like, I'd rather just sit down, make my video for the day, and call it a day.
Yeah. Like there's some people who can do it and they can do it well. Gotta be so high energy, man.
I know.
Like
That's man. Like
it's
I
hard.
need at least 5 Red Bulls to be as energetic as some of them. So obviously fair play to them because it is like that is in itself is a skill. Like, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah. And with the lazy side of it, I'm talking about it specifically. Like you could just hop on Twitch, do a 4-hour fucking gameplay thing and leave. But I know there's like a different part of like making the short form and all that, and it is actually hard. But I think it's a lot easier than YouTube.
Yeah, I do see that part of it because at the same time, like some people can do it naturally, like the whole full energy and all that, and keep people entertained. Like that kind of comes to a lot of people naturally. I've noticed with it, and like you're sitting there, you're playing a game, people are coming for you, and whatever they're getting entertained by it. Like and meanwhile they're just playing a game, but like YouTube, it's like playing the game is like I'd say playing the game is like 20% of the overall thing, and there's a lot more that goes into it, just with editing wise and making sure that everything is kind of flashy and has stuff moving around the screen all the time to keep people entertained. Like,
You ever thought of branching out, or what's your backup
so
plan if Fortnite ever flops?
so like the main channel, our show is the main channel obviously at the moment, and that's all Fortnite content at the moment. And I've had a lot of people ask me actually, like, what are you gonna do when Fortnite goes? And I'm not too worried about that, because I do feel like if it was gonna go anywhere, it was gonna go away a long time ago, because like I think it's 6 years old now, which is actually kind of shows our age a bit. But like it's moved away from just the battle royale stuff and kind of moved into like kind of Roblox territory and a bit of Minecraft as well, with the people making their own servers and stuff like that. And it is keeping the game like afloat, and it can kind of stand on its own a bit, and it doesn't need to rely on constant support from developers and all that. So like you have people making their own mad crazy Fortnite maps and all that look like Call of Duty or GTA and all that. It's I don't know. I don't see it going anywhere, but if it does, I'm hoping GTA 6 is out by then, because that will definitely be a runner-up for like the next kind of content to see on the channel.
Aaron the Loco is
GT's
doing shit with that at the minute, isn't he?
Hmm.
You know Aaron the Loco?
Aaron the Loco, yeah.
Yeah, he's doing content with GTA at the minute.
He's the
And
role playing stuff, isn't it?
yeah, it's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I watched a bit of I jumped into one of Russia's streams not too long ago, and he was doing one of the role play servers and all that. Now I've never actually played. Like, I don't really, I have a PC and I can play games on it, but I just I don't like doing it for some reason. I don't know why. I've always been a kind of just console guy at heart. Like, I have I'm playing mainly on the PlayStation 5, like, and I don't know, I preferred like that kind of fixed settings and all that, and I don't need to worry about like having crazy graphics and all that, because at least I know kind of it will run at a fixed performance and everything on the console.
Man, I'm a fucking stickler for graphics, and it's a fucking curse. It's an expensive fucking curse.
That's what I mean. I don't want to get into that whole thing where like, oh, I need a new graphics card, or I need new this and that, and it's just like, no, I'll get the new console whenever it releases, and that's me sorted for 8 years or whatever long that console's going to be out for.
literally
Yeah.
me.
You have to get in the big PC, aren't you?
I got when I got my PC last summer. I actually got like in Harvey Norman. It was a pre-built one, but like it has like a lot of room for swapping parts out if I do need to. But I haven't touched it. Like I haven't even opened up the case once. Actually, I opened it up once to put the the Elgato 4K capture into it, but I actually do need to dust it out now that I actually think about it.
To dust it out.
Yeah, because I haven't opened it up once.
Yeah, I had something like that with my current computer. So the story of this thing is I got it off my brother-in-law, and he basically scammed me. Obviously, didn't realize it'd be around for as long as I have been. So what I got was complete dog shit, and to this day, I never stopped complaining about it. 2 gigabyte card, fucking 8 gigabytes DDR3 RAM, and what was it? It was like a 2012 AMD CPU. It was so dog shit, man. Like it would crash every 2 hours. I had to fiddle with the settings for weeks, if not months. I'm a fucking expert in computers now because I had to deal with this thing shutting off, and I had to fucking fix it because I wasn't going to spend money on a new computer. And I have replaced every single part in this computer besides the case, and I hate looking at the case at this point.
He's ready to get rid of it now.
I know the history of it. I know what happened to it. But I didn't know much about computers when I first got it. And for about 2 years after I fixed my problem with the crashing, I didn't open it up. And I was complaining to my friends that, man, it's summer. This thing is like shutting off from the heat. It is so fucked up. It's gonna explode. I took this picture of the inside of it, and it was so cursed. There was fucking cobwebs. There was dead spiders in my fucking computer. There was so many things you couldn't imagine. And man, like was like a meme for a while, but it's a fucking terrible picture of how bad it was because it was the caption and it was like, "So what does this thing do?" It's just dust.
I actually still
Yeah.
have my first PC that I started off with. I remember I went on the adverts and some guy like up the road from me was selling the PC for €150.
Steal.
And it got me by, like for the time being, like, and it had its issues, like it had a GTX 950, I think, in it. But yeah, no, it did. It was a bit of a nightmare. Like I couldn't even render out a video. It crashed during my renders and everything. It took like 30. It took about half an hour to 45 minutes to render out an 8-minute video, and then obviously it's like, as soon as I was able to make it a full-time job, I was like, right, first thing I'm investing in is a new PC, because I can't do it with this computer anymore, because there was so many issues with it. Like, and now I can render a video in like less than 5 minutes. Like, it's great.
Fair play. I hate shit computers. I fucking
Yeah.
fucking
happened, though.
bane of my existence.
I kind of kept it as like, that's a memory in of itself. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull that out one day and I'm like, oh, remember that? I started YouTube on that. Dead. Everything is just dead inside it. It's all probably just like yours with the insects and everything, the cobwebs.
Yeah, they're fighting their way out when I turn on the fan. Yeah, man. Computers don't even fucking start on me.
I
I
wanted
had
you to upgrade my PC.
You did? Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I have a
But
PC as well.
you had this very unique opportunity once. There was like kind of almost a loophole with the way CX or Sex would manage their prices for stuff.
Oh shit!
And
Yeah,
for
yeah.
€20, he was able to upgrade his graphics card from a 1660 to a 1660 Super, or was it TI,
Yes.
whatever it was. It was whatever the better one is. And you wouldn't fucking do it. For 20 quid, you could have given yours and spent 20 quid and then gotten the better one.
We
which
were
was
in
like
Navan.
way fucking better.
We were in Navan that day. We're just walking around, and he goes, "Man, you should buy that." I was like, "Nah, not today. Fuck that shit."
It was a massive, massive improvement. And you're not poor either. You're an engineer.
Yeah,
You could have got it.
Saving my money. Yeah.
If you didn't know by now, he's from Cavan, so
yeah, I'm like
peel the orange in his pocket.
saving money and fucking spending it wisely.
Yeah, we did a climb actually last weekend in Cavan. We did what's it called again? Crow
Quick
something.
The Quilca Boardwalk.
Yeah, that's what it was. 666 meters, and pretty much most of that was like a set of stairs at the very, very end of it.
I mean, walking on the gravel path was fine, but once you get to the wooden pathway, it's like a massive incline, and you start to gas out, and you're like, "Get me up this fucking thing."
Yeah, the outdoors wouldn't be one for me, I think.
No, really?
No, I'll get out of the house. I probably should get out of the house a little bit more.
Touching grass and all that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Myself and Thomas here, we were practically raised in the fucking woods with archery when we were younger.
Yeah.
There's a fucking collection of bows and shit above me here. This is a fucking mess, but some bows up in that little corner, and even one of his over there. But yeah, basically raised in the woods, man. Fucking go out, shoot a few arrows, and get rained on for fucking 4 hours. Come back all fucking soaking wet. Do your homework. Going to school the next day, it's not done.
During the summer, it's worse, man. Especially when you have fucking, what do you call it, hay fever. You come out of the woods, your face is fucking boop, bop, fucking.
No, I couldn't. Oh, yeah, hay fever quite bad. Like this summer it was horrible. I hated it so much.
Jared,
they're right next to the mountains. Like
we'd be shooting in the woods, and Jared be like, "Fucking, oh fuck your eyes, man. Oh fucking, oh fuck, my eyes are puffy." He'd fucking walk out of the woods. His eyes be huge. We're like, "Man, you all right? Oh yeah, I'm fine." Oh,
shooting through one bloodshot eye, yeah. But this year I was completely fine with the hay fever. Previous years I had to get an injection in my ass. It was that fucking bad. Like bad for real. back-to-back injections in my ass because my eyes would get fucking puffy. And it doesn't help that I was working in the garden center too. So you're on flowers all day.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. And this year was fine. But other years, just sitting there bloodshot, begging for mercy.
Fucking overdose on
Yeah.
tablets. Last
Yeah, I
year,
had to
or
overdose on
was,
tablets all the fucking time.
was it last
Antihistamines.
year? Or was it? No, yeah, it was last year. We were down in Casbar. You know, we come back into the room, fucking 4 or 5 tablets, and you fucking sleep for 12 hours.
Yeah, 4 or 5 tablets, and I'd had like 6 already, and I'm like that. I'm one away from a lethal dose, and I'm like, I'll be fine. After a full night of drinking, like I'll be fine. I won't be fucked up in the morning. Yeah, but
Fun times, fun times.
it's the only
Yeah.
year I've been fine so far. I started working out. I was fat as fuck, and I started supplementing as well. And now I got pretty much nothing unless I was like really like cutting grass or something.
Seeing that actually in all your reels.
It was a weird transition to make from a Dr. Disrespect ripoff kind of to
Playing Warzone
Shut
to
the
fucking hitting the gym.
content. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember it actually robbed your glasses. I was like, whose glasses are these on the table? I was just running around weird. I was like, do you know whose glasses these are? He was like, yeah, they're mine.
everyone's
yeah.
warm.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm just wearing them for a little bit. Yeah, hope you don't mind.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
fucking
no, I've
funny.
seen your reels and all that. Some of them are ruthless, but they have me in stitches. Like,
I get messages from other people saying pretty much the same things. I've never really gotten any complaints like that's kind of offensive, man. That's some bad shit. So I feel like I'm on the right track. I don't think the way I post things like that.
oh no,
I
that's brilliant.
put it on the edge of your
That's
side
great,
just
okay.
to see what happens.
Here. It was the last one I seen. It was like something runs in my family, and it's like you. It's like you don't. I don't run, or you don't run, or something like that, or just no
Yeah,
one.
no one runs in your family.
yeah.
Newsflash. Yeah,
Well, I have you in stitches, man.
yeah. You know his idea was pretty much I was doing stuff like that for Warzone, and Gara came up to me and was like, "Man, that shit was so fucking funny. If you keep doing that for a while, that could be something." I was like, you know what? Gara knows like a fuck ton more than I do about content. Sure. Tried to do it with Warzone, eventually got sick of streaming Warzone, that kind of stuff, and started working out. And it's like, this could work a bit better. Because everyone who makes these fitness videos, they're really fat phobic. Oh, they hate vegans too. Oh, they hate blah blah blah. Oh, they hate a lot of people, and they cheer others on for doing it. Okay, I'll work with that.
Because I seen one of them didn't get like 20 million views or something, or over 20 million.
22.
That's mad.
That, oh my god, I was just chilling one of the days, and it was like, oh, I got 1,000. Cool.
I feel
Went off to the girlfriends for the day, and I woke up with 1 million. I'm like, what?
I can only imagine what, like your notifications were like for like those whole few days.
Do not disturb, all that kind of stuff. I
Yeah,
changed
yeah.
all my settings for notifications.
Yeah, I can imagine that with your phone getting just smashed out with notifications. Like,
I think the best thing I did was I set up a link tree, and then people started flooding all my other social medias, and it was great. Like at least like all that traffic went somewhere. Like rather than it was just like a Twitch link that that didn't give a fuck about.
mhm.
So at least with a link tree I could see like fucking 40 people subscribed on YouTube, blah blah blah. Yeah, it was handy. That's why I love posting on all different kinds of platforms because that video bombed on Snapchat. It did a couple thousand on TikTok. Did nothing anywhere else, and on Instagram it just fucking exploded.
Yeah, it's mad because it's like if I make a short as well, like I'll post them on like all the platforms, and I've noticed like every single time like it'll do really well on one of the platforms, and then like for example one of them done really well for me I think on Instagram, and then I've done another short then and I done really well on TikTok, and then I've done another one and I've done really well on shorts and all that. It's just it switches all the time. It's like completely random. It looks like it sometimes.
I'm pretty broad as well. I'm posting on Pinterest with the same videos. All kinds of fuck. Yeah, Pinterest. I had a Tumblr going, I had a Hive going, I had fucking everything. I had Russian social media. I can't even say what it's fucking called. That one, okay. Don't know what it's called. But man, I posted on so much shit, and there's to see like, oh, what actually works. And I found that there's some social medias that just like bought their own things. So one called UHive, and you'd get like a fuck ton of likes, and you're like, no one's real here, are they? And you go check their profile, and they follow 999 million accounts. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know how real that is. There's 20 million total downloads. That just seems pretty fake to me. But yeah,
So
a wide
You
net,
hit a
huh?
PR last week. Do you want to talk about that? You hit,
Oh, you did
hit-
more than me. You should talk about it. I feel like
no.
I'm
Well,
standing on the shoulder of a giant here.
no, we were all in the gym last week, and we were like, yeah, let's try and beat our PRs in the deadlifts. So mine was only like 112. Yours is what was it?
It's 115.
115. So I was like, yeah, that's okay. And then I think William was like 120 or something, wasn't there? Something like that.
Yeah, 130, 120.
I did 130 for one. He did 130 for three. And you
And
did.
dude, that tree was the most monster shit I ever seen.
Oh, that's the god.
And I see him squat. I see him struggle to squat. I see him bench, and he's like, it's an okay bench, but like it's average. And then he does a
Yeah.
deadlift, and he just slams
Oh,
three
that's the
sets of
god.
140 like he could have done 10 of them. And I'm sitting there like I just almost broke my spine to get
Yeah, same.
115.
Yeah,
And
I
he
did
just
the
did
same.
that shit with no pre-workout. After being on the same shift as me, fucking up since 5, after driving the whole way down,
Yeah.
only ate Jaffa cakes and a fucking banana that day. Like I was drinking pre-workout and energy drinks. I was trying to get all hyped up for it. I was jamming music, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
Man,
fucking nearly broke
felt
my
like such a
back as well,
pussy
man.
that day.
Yeah, our forms are terrible. Like our forms are just no good. Like
Well,
my back is like
part-
that
Letter
when I'm
C.
lifting. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Part of this new job I'm heading into now, I'm going to be working with hardwood floors. So I'm going to be like a sales admin with digital marketing. And part of that deal is there's a gym next door. I think they did the floor for the gym. So they all have like a lifetime membership. So some of the guys who work in the place are coaches, and there's coaches available in there. So I'm going to be working on that because in that job interview, because it was kind of informal because it's a small shop kind of setup. He was like, "I've seen your deadlift, and part of you coming on is I got to help you fix it." So that was fucking hilarious in the interview. But I prefer working for someone like that than just being a fucking number or your boss
Yeah,
being
yeah.
super serious.
Of course, yeah. Somebody can actually have like a little bit of conversation with as well. Like,
Yeah. Oh, but man, that put me off guard so bad, so bad. But yeah, doing a bit of lifting. It's good crack. We went for kind of a more active weekend last weekend. And what's the next one you want to do? Is one in Mayo, Patrick?
Yeah. Cropatrick. Yeah.
How high is that? I should check
Um.
it for once.
Yeah, I think it's higher. Yeah, it's higher, a lot higher. What is it again?
No, it's not that much higher. It's 100 meters higher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, do that in November.
We'll make it. Yeah,
we'll make
survive. It's nicknamed the Reek, apparently.
The
Patrick,
Reek.
nicknamed the Reek, is a mountain with a height of
Reek, man.
764 meters and an
Yeah.
important site of pilgrimage and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to climb a mountain called Reek. Let's go. You ever climb a mountain, Brendan?
for the first time, like this year, actually, I think. What was the Sugarloaf? And we drove.
Oh,
halfway. We drove halfway up. But
I
yeah,
mean,
no,
the
that
first
was it.
one we did. The first one we did was during COVID, wasn't it? We did what was it? The Hellfire Club. Oh, well, it wasn't really a mountain, more or less.
It's just kind of a nice hill.
It's just a bit of
I
a
was about to say I wouldn't consider that a mountain.
When you get up there, it feels like it, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like right behind my house, like close enough to my house, anyways. Like, I'll just
Oh,
pull up the car park at the end of it and just walk up it.
three of us sitting outside it, standing around chatting away, fucking overweight, having a few fags. All right, let's walk this shit. Yeah,
I
never
was
again.
in the worst shape I'd ever been in So I trained so hard for the boardwalk that we did. Oh my, like every day, 40 minutes of incline cardio. It was awful. It was always awful. And even at that, I was still the slowest when we got in the mountain.
Yeah.
I'll
Quebec is
get
going
there
to be
next time.
worse. It's going to
Yeah,
be worse.
yeah. It's kind of it's good crack to get out and do shit like that. So I found what I was doing like gaming content. I was like stuck inside all the time, and I did nothing.
That's me.
You sort of had to drag you outside. Come on, man. We got to
Yeah,
do
Yeah,
this.
literally. It's
Come
just
on.
like
Get out of the house.
like I'm getting phone calls at my mates and all. They're like, "What you doing?" And I'm like, "Working." And they're like, "Come out to the door." And then it's just like, "Right, we're going out." And I'm like, "Right, I guess I'll work later then."
That was literally me. Jared, I'm like, where are you, man? What are you doing right now? Coming out?
That's what they do. They call me. They're like, "Where are you?" And I'm like, "In the house." And they're like, "All right, we're outside."
Yeah, I've done that before. Well, for an archery competition. Like, I rang Jared. I think it was on a Thursday night. I was like, right, man, there's a competition coming up. You got to be there. I'm going to go. You got to go with me. I need you to go with me, man, because it's like, it's going to be such a boring ass day if
It's
you're not
first one
there.
back in a while. It's a great course. We gotta go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm
Perfect.
like,
Let's go.
and he's like, all right, you know what? You've convinced me. I'll tell the family and I'll go with you. I was like, sorry, man. So then, like, that Saturday afternoon, I get a call from Willem. He's like, you coming out for a few scoops? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Literally in the town beside where Jared lives. And I'm like, so I'm
15
I'm
minutes
over
away.
here. I'm like 10 minutes, 15 minutes away from you. Do you want to come over for a few scoops? But what about the competition? Fuck that shit, man. Come on out.
So
So
what ended up happening is I go to my family. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out drinking, which I never do. And yeah, have fun in archery tomorrow. And they're like, what? I thought you were going with Crow tomorrow. That's the whole point of us all going. And no, I'm going for a drink with Crow now. Oh, okay. All right, see you. And I head on. I think we stayed in stayed in Williams, and then yeah, they all went to archery anyway. So you just made my whole family go fucking archery. Thanks.
woke up the next morning.
My whole
Bye,
family went to
Jared.
fucking Mayo
Bye.
for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good times. Good times.
good times. Yeah, it's fucking yeah.
Yeah.
It's such man. I remember like trying to explain to my parents on the day, like, yeah, sorry guys, yeah, I'd love to go with you, but I'm hungover, and I know I'm not
I've
getting
done,
up at 6 a.m. to go. No,
Yeah,
I've done
no.
that twice because I did it the second time as well, and I was like, right, man. Last time I know I shouldn't have done it, but I'm gonna go out to Willem, have maybe a few drinks again, and I won't stay out too late this time, and we'll make it to the
Yeah.
competition.
And
Yeah.
then
No bother.
next thing you're waddling home at like 4 a.m.
Yeah, honest to God.
being carried over some lad you don't know his shoulder. Fucking,
Yeah, same thing happened again.
fair play. Yeah, that was so fucking stupid, man. But like, I suppose you get out in a different way because you get invited to all these different events. Like you got a big one today specifically. That's one of my favorites. The Paw Patrol movie. Tell
Paw
us a bit
Patrol
about.
movie.
Could you give us a review,
Oh
spoiler
yeah.
free?
Cinematic masterpiece.
Perfect.
Like,
But you do get to go to all those different things. I seen you went to Mr. Beast Burger when it opened. That was some
yeah,
cool
that
shit.
was at this. It was actually, I think it was like around the start of this year. So I signed on with an Irish agency, and they obviously like they have a few other like mainly TikTok creators. I think I'm one of the only YouTubers in there, and obviously then all these places and all that, like, oh, we're doing an opening for so and so or whatever. The Mr. Beast Burger was one. Then I think it was one of the first events I'd gone to. And I was like, anytime they throw an event out, and I'm like, here's an excuse to get out of the house and try a bit, like, a bit of content for Instagram as well as like obviously all these brands and all that are companies that are running the events. Because I know one of the big ones that has a lot of the events is Coca-Cola. They run a lot of them. I went to, I think, 3 different Coca-Cola events this year. But I'm like, yeah, gets me out of the house. You know, it keeps me a bit sane. So I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'll go to that. I'll go to that. And then obviously then today, like today was the 4th premiere I've gone to since the start of summer. Paw Patrol, the movie, as I said, brilliant movie. Definitely recommend it. 10 to 10. But I actually am looking to, like, that's one of my next channels as well that I'm me and one of my mates are starting up. It's already made. It's called I Watch Always, and it's going to be like mainly focused on movies and TV shows and stuff like that.
Do you make a
And
Twitter for that thing?
I do have a Twitter for it. I actually forgot the password though, but I do have a Twitter for it.
Because I got followed by that account. I thought that was your friend from Gamerfest.
No, his one, he has another. That's probably him actually, because he has a Twitter called I Manage Always. He's basically my manager. But I Watch Always anyways is another one that's kind of it's like, oh yeah, we'll do that tomorrow, and then it's completely forgotten about. Like, but eventually we'll get that one up off the ground a bit. And as I said, like we're going to these premieres for the like new movies releasing. Like the first one I went to was for the new Fast and the Furious. Then there was Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah.
And the Gran Turismo movie. And like it's handy, like obviously like when they go to the premiere, it's before the movie releases in Ireland and all that, but we can't actually talk about it until a certain date. Like there's an embargo. So but at the same time, I think that'd be great for that channel as well, because then I can record it, have it ready to go out on the day the embargo lifts, and that way it's like one of the first reviews out there. And the premieres are a lot of fun as well, because I mean, just like the cinema is like just one of my favorite places to go. So,
do you have any like outside editors or staff of any kind, or
well,
anyone that helps?
So we do have a thumbnail designer. Like he's paid by the month. Like I've been with him for about a year now. And he'll, like, if I ever need something really complex for a thumbnail, he'll be able to do that, and he can do animations as well for us. Because there's a few other people that he does thumbnails for and other stuff like that as well. But sometimes I do like to kind of do my own thing. So like he'll make PNGs, like just like little PNG images of different stuff and all that, and I'll kind of put it together myself. Because that way, then like sometimes if like I notice that people are not really clicking on a specific thumbnail, I can swap it out for something else. So I do like to kind of do that, because as well as that, like I do love using Photoshop and all that. So the design part of it kind of comes in a bit with that. And yeah, so he's like one of the only people then that I have who kind of works on from the outside in, like, for me.
That is one of the more fun sides of making videos.
Yeah, I got a great enjoyment of it. Like I'll sit up for a few hours at nighttime just playing around in Photoshop and all that, and I'm like, I'm never going to use this thumbnail, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. So
the beauties of working for yourself, huh? And now, in fairness, it sounds pretty cool, but I'm sure it has its fucking downsides.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Not being able to get out, always having to set your own work, I guess,
and like the discipline for it as well. I mean, like
all the accountability's on you. So
yeah, like I can imagine, like it's a sort of the same thing as kind of in a way as going to the gym. Like you kind of need a bit of like discipline there to be able to, to be going. Obviously, to a point you love going and all that, but I never got to that point when I was in the gym. But like it's a lot of like self-discipline, like, but
yeah,
it's the sort of same idea with that. Is like, right, I need to, like this is my job. Like if I don't do work today, like that's obviously, yeah, it would impact some things. So
yeah, I suppose like you can go in and do a shit job, same like with a workout, and then you get nothing out of it. So
exactly, yeah. So it's like, right, if I go in half-arsed with this into this video and the video is half-arsed, it was almost not worth my while doing it at all. Like, so yeah, it's a lot of keeping on top of things as well. So it has its moments. Like it's great and all that. I love it, but some days it's just like, oh, I just want to go to bed. I just don't want to think about a video today.
Yeah, it can be weird sitting in the same place for a while, but
yeah,
get through it. And you were saying how many videos a week? You say 5?
So like yeah, I try to get like a minimum of 5 out. Like I'll do more if I can, like one video every day, like if I can. But obviously like life kind of happens, so
Yeah.
somebody I might have to do something or whatever.
And getting ideas must be a pain in the ass. Do you use anything like to help you, or like, hey,
So
ChatGPT?
I've actually never. I did try ChatGPT, but it kind of gave me like these suggestions are terrible. So I was like, I'm not going to use this. But I do like. Obviously, I have to keep on top of what's in the game and all that, and just stuff that's trending at the moment. So I'm constantly on Twitter or constantly on TikTok as well, because TikTok is actually kind of great for that as well. And also just checking YouTube and seeing what high traffic search volume stuff is and all that. It's constantly looking to see what's currently relevant.
But it works in the end.
It works
Fair
in the
play.
end.
Well, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of it. I got really no more questions unless you got some, Thomas.
None on the top of my head right now, but
Okay, I'll blast through you off. What's your bench press?
I don't think I've ever done a bench press.
What's your squat?
I went to the gym for like a total of maybe a month. Like I joined the gym actually over the summer, and I went 4 times and never went back.
I'm just gonna assume they're all over 200. So fair play. What you not like about the gym? You're saying you couldn't really get into it.
No, it's like I don't know. It's just like, well, to be fair, I joined with my mate, and he goes to the gym in the morning time before he starts work at 9. So
that's
like,
what everyone does at the gym down here as well. They hit the gym like
I
6
can't
in the
do it.
morning.
I can't wake up.
Like
I can't
6,
wake
half
up
6
for
in the morning. My gym it's popping off. Like there's so many people inside it at that time.
Yeah. No, the gym that's close to my house is the one he goes to, and it is normally quiet, but I just can't wake up at that time. It's just
Well, I've tried to do it there a couple of weeks ago. I woke up at 6 on like the late shift, and I was like, nah. Go back to
I
bed
went
for
to it once
an
in the
hour.
morning time, and he was shocked. He was like, "I'm shocked that you're awake." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't sleep. Like I stayed up through the whole night." Like, so I'm like,
I've every bit of faith he's gonna fix it at some point. But when me and my friend finished college around the same time, and we were both unemployed, and we both said, right, we'll go to the gym for a while, pass some time while we're applying for jobs. I started on a cut because I was overweight. He started on a dirty bulk because he was underweight. And so dirty bulk is eating shite. You know, clean bulk,
Just
you'd be eating healthy.
putting on as much weight as you can, as fast as you can.
I need that's kind of what I need. I need to like bulk up. That's what when I went to the gym. Like I was like, I need to bulk up, but I'm also like a really bad eater. Like genuinely, some days I'll just forget to eat entirely, and it's
Straight
just
in
like,
Mackies. Order a few
Yeah.
of Mackies.
and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to eat, and then I'll raid the kitchen and just like eat everything, like, and then yeah. So I'm a really bad eater. I need to eat or like have a better diet than I currently have at the moment, because I'm just I'm too skinny. Like I'm actually fading away. Like
I'm sure you'll get to it. But what happened with him is he stopped going gym once he got a job because the hours he had to do. He's getting up to go to the gym at 6. I know it was up at 6. It wouldn't open until 7, so he got there at 7. Work by 9. He just could not fucking do it.
yeah.
So he put on all of his weight. His arms are big. His back is big. His chest looks great, but he's got a fucking pot belly. He never planned on it, and now he's got no way he's getting rid of it at the minute. So he's stuck with a bit of a beer belly in work now. So no time to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't do what he did.
No, I'll eventually get back into it. Now it's just
I'll probably do the same tomorrow morning. Now I'll probably be in the gym for like 7:30 in the morning.
I'm gonna procrastinate this as much as I can, and then eventually go back.
Yeah, probably go early enough tomorrow. I have to go to work and to get a fucking bus for work now. It'll be great.
Oh, you're getting.
Yeah, supposed to talk to Will about that, but I'm going to assume he's asleep soon because he's up. At 5.
No, he's up. He'll probably. Oh yeah, he's on the early shift, isn't he? He's on the early shift.
Yeah, I'm fucking 2 weeks in that job. I'm running the night shift solo. There's no one else. If anything goes wrong, it is just me. And I was asking Willem, like, dude, you got to stay back like an extra
Oh
hour
yeah,
tomorrow to show me
yeah.
what I got to do.
He's like,
Because
yeah. No
I'm
problem.
supposed to be trained over the course of 6 weeks. He got
No,
trained in 2, and I got trained in 1.5. I started on the Wednesday on my night shift, finished by the Friday, knew nothing what I'm supposed to do. Did 1 week training the early shift, got put in the early shift again, so I knew what I was doing. Now I haven't a fucking clue what you do at night. Like, is it like night at the museum and I go around chasing stuff, or like, what am I at? I haven't a clue. I was not paying attention that first 3 days,
yeah,
but yeah, I think
it
I'll figure it
happens.
out. Yeah. Also, I loved when I handed in my notice. It was like, yeah, how long left? Do you want to go? Do you want to go tomorrow, or like, do you want to do an extra week or 2? Like, that's all good. Well, it wasn't a big issue. So
I think my job, I think it was 2 weeks notice, and I was like, well, I'm giving you 3 days notice. I'm gone. Like, I was like, I'm not coming back.
to tear me into here.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not, if I give you a notice saying that I'm leaving in a week, I'll have to sit through that meeting.
Not a hope. Not a
Yeah,
hope.
no.
Do what you have to do, and that's it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it is pretty cool. Just to finish off here, it is pretty cool. You don't have to, work a part time or anything. You're just on the content at the minute. And for the foreseeable, I reckon. So I reckon, like in a year's time, if even, we'll be looking at 1 million. What's your prediction on that?
I actually don't know, to be honest. It's so up and down, and it changes so quickly. Like 1 second, like you're like, oh, this is on track for like, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, for example, like when I first started, obviously within a week, then I was like 150,000 or 100 to 150,000 subscribers within that month, and then obviously it slows down drastically. Like it is kind of mad. Like at the moment, like I think I only hit 300,000 subscribers at the start of summer, and I'm on 315,000. So it has slowed down a good bit, and obviously the summer as well is a bit bad for content, but like it fluctuates a lot, so it's a bit hard to tell. But I'm hoping by this time next year, 500,000 plus subscribers. That's me trying to kind of give like a realistic kind of estimate.
It's doable. I'm sure you'll get there.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, anyways.
Yeah.
If I were to whack
Just
out
hope-
more
hope-
shorts, I'd probably get there a lot easier. But
I'd imagine so. Yeah. Isn't there a new feature with shorts? You can direct people directly to the main video.
yeah, so I've seen a few people actually use that over the last while. Actually, it does look like a pretty good feature. It's like the people are upload. I don't know how exactly you do it, but I've seen that it's like if I'm scrolling through the shorts feed, it's like a little button, and it's like you click on it, and it'll take you to the full video where that's from. So it's like I don't know how exactly I can do it now. But I was like, I need to give this a try, because I mean, I talk about a variety of different things in one video. I could easily make like at least maybe 5-6 shorts out of it. Like, so I don't know. I'll have to look into that, because I did actually see that recently, but I actually completely forgot about it. The whole directing people from shorts, because that'd be great as way to as well push people to a full video.
I
So
think Aaron the Loco put up a tweet, or isn't what do you call it now? An X. He put up something anyway, and it showed like what the difference between when he like attached a short versus when it wasn't attached, and it went from like a couple hundred views in an hour to a couple thousand in an hour.
I'll
So
have to take a look at that.
it looks pretty good, because we're thinking of using it for this as well, because if it's there, use it.
Yeah,
Kind of works very well for podcasts.
I can imagine so, yeah, because like I don't know exactly if it works. Like, say if you were like to section off like around the 45-minute mark of a podcast or something like that, and link it to the full podcast, like with that, I don't know, does like pick up at that same time frame, or is it like it starts the whole podcast from the start?
I doubt it's that complex, but if it was, I'd be creaming my jocks. That'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah, like it's kind of like a timestamp. It's like right, it's like a timestamp
Yeah.
short or something like that. That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fucking good.
Mm.
Yeah, if that was the case, I'd be happy.
Like our schedule for this podcast, like it's a bit up and down at the moment. Like
Yeah,
like a week would be on, and the next week we would like.
Well, we do always have like one in the chamber, so we always have a backup. But
yeah,
we're doing
pretty
like
much.
IRL stuff, so kind of
Hmm.
got put in
And
the
then
back
we're
burner.
And then there's always one who we're dependent on, like, come on, man, get on right now. We're about to start. Nah, man.
That was me.
I'm not getting on.
Shout out to Willem.
Is Willem?
Yeah,
Shout out to
Brendan
Willem.
was a bold boy. He wouldn't get on the last day. He was busy enjoying his life. I couldn't believe what he was doing that day. It was terrible.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh?
No?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Like you
Oh.
missed the last podcast. I'm saying you were out having gallivanting, having fun.
I was yeah, I couldn't remember, to be honest, but yeah.
Busy bee.
I'll let
But yeah,
you
anyway,
know.
if people want to find Brendan, it's Irish Always everywhere. And down below, do you have a link tree, don't you?
I think so.
Well, then he's a link tree down below in the description. So you'll find him there. And yeah, that's all.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
See you ladies. Good luck.